she asks for stuff, so she can't really. She knows that she can't really be like, you can't do what you do or whatever the fuck. Like
she can't put her foot down.
Yeah, I usually when there's something like that I
we
find.
We went off.
Oh.
Huh?
How?
I don't know how.
Did your phone?
I think you guys went down. I'm still going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are we good?
We went down. Oh, okay. Wait, we.
Yeah, this went down. You're still going?
Yeah, I'm still fine.
All right.
We're still streaming.
I can still talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Still going.
Oh, okay. Well then,
Z.
I don't know what I was.
Yeah,
what I was saying now. But yeah, most of the shit that would be a problem or something like that, I pretty much stopped the problem way ahead of time because I'm not really afraid to bitch my mom out, and she's not really afraid to bitch me out. So it's just kind of like
it's all too true.
It's a joint
and
operation.
Then you end up in an airport with a bunch of people around shouting back and forth.
Oh yeah,
with
that's how
everyone
it is.
listening.
That was pretty funny.
People have seen the commentary
It was
with
hilarious.
her. They know it's
people were laughing.
No, we were sitting in Arizona airport getting ready to board a plane. James on the phone with his mom. They're both just yelling at
People
each
were
other.
laughing at
And people
it.
were just laughing.
I thought it was funny.
Okay, mom. Okay, love you too. Bye.
that's how it is. With it.
Which goes for everyone. I mean,
I would more so have something, I guess, annoying with my dad, but I was explaining to you in the car with, my dad was really big into NASCAR.
Thing.
He was really big into NASCAR, and he likes to be like an asshole. But I mean, that I kind of took from him too, where he'll intentionally do something that somebody doesn't like just to push their buttons a little bit, and I do that from time to time too. And he knows that I'm not into NASCAR at all. But the deal was, when I was younger, he was the one that had Grand Theft Auto. I explained before how he was the one that introduced me to Resident Evil, but he also introduced me to the more violent games because he was the one that would buy them. Like, my mom wouldn't play those shits, but he would buy GTA and stuff like that. But he was also big on NASCAR, so he had the NASCAR games. And he would make me fucking play those NASCAR games just to get a chance to play GTA. Like, if I wanted to play GTA Vice City or something like that, in order to get an hour or so on that, I had to do a 400-lap race. It was one of those simulated ones on NASCAR, and he would get pissed at me because a few laps in, I would start going backwards, and it became a running thing with him in NASCAR where
tell about your room.
Yeah, he would try to say that I love Jeff Gordon. And at first I didn't know who the fuck Jeff Gordon was. And of course after watching NASCAR with him for a bit and everything, I figured out who Jeff Gordon was. And he got to the point where he completely decked out my entire room with Jeff Gordon shit. Where I had Jeff Gordon blanket, a light, I don't even know where he found it, but it was
a Jimmy Johnson fan.
Yeah, I actually while watching NASCAR, I actually took a liking to the Jimmy Johnson dude. And weren't they on the same team or something like that?
Maybe the same
DuPont?
racing team.
Are they both DuPont?
I don't know.
Was it a thing where Jimmy Johnson was your dad's worst racer?
No, he just insinuated that I like Jeff Gordon.
Oh, okay.
And I didn't like Jeff Gordon at
Well,
all.
no,
I didn't know
Gordon.
what the fuck was going on with this Jeff Gordon stuff. But
Jimmy. I like that Jim. You like Jeff Gordon?
Yeah, and he had a replica of his car on my desk, and it was he had T-shirts in my I would randomly come in. When I would spend the weekend or whatever with him, I would go upstairs and put my clothes in my dresser, and when I'd open up my dresser, there'd be Jeff Gordon T-shirts in there, just ready for me to wear. I had to put my clothes on top of the Jeff Gordon shit.
You came down with a Jimmy Johnson shirt. He went
completely overboard with Jeff Gordon stuff. It was ridiculous, but that I guess was probably. See, it's funny looking back on it now. It's not really too annoying, but at the time I was probably pretty annoyed. But
how old were you during that period?
I don't even know. I was really young.
Yeah.
But I can't really recall anything with my mom.
There's one, the thing with my mom was probably the thing that Max was saying. It wasn't terrible, but from time to time it would be like that. That's probably the biggest thing. Both my parents have been, super supportive with anything I've ever done. They've never been overly attached.
Yeah.
They've, the thing is, my dad's he's a scholar and someone that went to 50 years of college to get his PhD and stuff. And I've never been pressured to go to school. All that stuff, so it's been great.
Yeah, the whole YouTube thing was kind of a really not so good thing early on when it was oh, you're just wasting your time.
Yeah,
I think everybody had
It was
that.
all that
there's
opinion.
a little bit on my side, like, oh, you're sitting on your computer all day.
Yeah.
But then I started getting paychecks.
That this
and
machinima
it wasn't
company is a
problem.
scam.
Once the
and
paycheck
stuff
started
like
Well,
that.
you got the scam thing more than
Yeah, I had a scam. My
Once the
mom thought it was a
paychecks
scam.
started coming in and they started getting bigger and bigger as we grew,
Yeah.
then then the
Like,
parents.
oh, this is great.
Then the
Oh.
parents' mindset changes, and they're like, "Oh, okay, maybe it's not such a waste of time."
I'm actually happy that we, like, early on, we actually did get checks because we don't, like,
Yeah, we got
anymore.
paper
I mean,
checks
that was
back then.
something that you could be like, here it is.
Yeah.
Like, now it's kind of like, we don't have those. We don't have the physical checks anymore, so we can't just be like, look at this shit.
I think I came later than that. I don't think I ever got a
Yeah, we
physical
got
check.
paper. They were written out
Right.
and everything.
I wish I had my, like,
I
you know,
still
What-
have like the first paper that came with the check.
Yeah,
Really?
I have the envelope
I don't
that
know
has
where
the
it is,
poopy
but-
Oh, no.
red
Hold on.
label that said Machinima Ink on it, and so, the handwritten Daniel Gitlow. Like, they hand wrote my address on there.
What were you gonna say, Z?
My parents are basically they support it, but they don't know how long it'll last. They'll just tell go to school and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
don't know how long
which
it's
I mean
last.
it's smart because I mean
Practical.
this is still an ever evolving, thing, an industry really.
It just goes back to, like, the companies. If the companies get to the point where they fully, like, embrace us,
Yeah.
then, it'll last a lot longer than just us kind
Because
of, like,
video
being
games
on our
aren't gonna
lonesome.
ever die.
My whole
It'll
opinion.
be hard for it to die.
My whole opinion on it is
Games,
like
at least.
YouTube's just growing. You know, what I mean, it's only getting bigger and more popular. It's not
And
like
more
it's not like
shitty.
it's not like games are gonna stop being released. You know what I mean? Unless something like that really shook up what we do happened, then we would. If that was the case, like video games, stopped releasing as much.
Yeah.
I guess we would just adapt our channels to what is relevant or what we want to do at the time. But as far as YouTube, like it's way too big now.
I
Like,
just buy cats. Just make videos
YouTube's
of
goal
cats.
is to
Cats.
be an alternative to TV, and that's really what's happening. You talk to people
Yeah,
just
it's starting to happen.
you talk to people today, and they watch more YouTube videos online than they do regular TV.
Yeah, when I was still at home and even here, I don't have a cable subscription or a satellite subscription. I mean, we have one down here for stuff, but for the longest time, I've just been using YouTube and Netflix.
It's so much more readily accessible. I mean, now they have you pull out your goddamn phone. It's a free
Yeah.
app that you can watch.
It's like, why wait for something to come on?
You can
When
yeah,
you
when you can just watch
right
it,
now?
it's there. It's right there. It's available
That's
on your
because-
phone.
Like, I have to wait till next week for
Or
another
tablet or
episode of
whatever.
Breaking Bad. Great.
So.
But Netflix, I usually just...
Yeah, I'm sure a bunch of you guys in the chat
That's the
will
show.
personally attest to that you guys watch a lot more YouTube
Yeah, I haven't watched TV in a
than,
month.
I don't even have TV. Like, I don't
Yeah.
have... The only thing I'd want TV for is, I don't know. I was kind of
The
bummed I couldn't
television.
watch
Please refer to it as the
the
television.
television. The only reason I would
Still
want
up there.
the television is recently I wanted to watch the Olympics, but even then there were like streams online.
yeah, there are streams on. You just
It was on YouTube.
Yeah.
there you go.
The YouTube.
The television will be dead soon. And soon it
Yeah.
will be the internet
YouTube
vision.
killed the
And I think a lot that's part of the reason
YouTube
why
will eventually kill itself if it keeps shit up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, if they keep destroying
That was
their
ridiculous. A
websites.
whole week of not being able to upload a video, pretty much.
Yeah, it took me like 10 hours,
hours
to upload
and hours to
5
upload
videos. It was like
videos.
2 hours of video.
yeah, it seems to be okay now.
Which some people would say like, oh, that doesn't sound bad. With my internet, it takes 3 hours of video, but we have
Yeah,
some,
with your internet, then it'd take 10 hours.
yeah,
Yeah.
we have pretty
Or
decent
more.
internet.
Yeah.
We kind of went off on 2 different questions from
Yeah,
you.
from-
so you're not allowed a third question.
Yeah,
either.
You wasted so much of our time by making us,
Have a-
engaged.
Have good
Have
conversation.
a good conversation. How dare you provide the spark for that?
How dare he be a
I
good
am
caller.
so sorry.
Probably one of the best callers in a while to
Yeah.
get questions that really got us off on tangents.
Yeah.
Dick, why would you do that?
I wanted to say one thing to Seamus though.
Okay.
I'm always afraid it's something bad.
Seamus, you are like the instinct for every little thing I do. You're so smart. I swear to God, you're probably smarter.
That's the
than-
first. Great. Well, I'm never.
James has to leave now.
So smart.
Continue.
Well, my moment's been ruined because someone's a fucking
He's never gonna
asshole.
hear
You are smart, and you just make sense.
That's probably the first
You
person I've
take
ever
a
said I'm
world that's
smart.
filled with junk, hate, and you make it better for me. And I just wanted to say thank you.
Well, thank you. Even though everyone else is an asshole, especially
We're
Jordan.
gonna not let him hear
I
the
haven't
end of
said
this.
shit.
Jordan.
I will agree somewhat with what he's saying. You have a good way of cutting through the shit.
Seamus
Right?
isn't gonna hear the
I
end
respect
of
that.
this.
And you're from Chicago.
It's for
Mark
you,
my
Jordan.
words. he
Also, I
can't
just
even hear
discovered
it
that on
right
my
now.
camera there's the Purina logo. Look at this.
Why is there a
Purina
Purina logo?
Look at this
Hi,
shit.
Creature Talk.
Where?
Right by the Zoom thing.
We're doing
Oh, yeah.
super
It's
the
close to the
Purina.
mic time.
Hey, shut up! We can't hear you being an asshole over
Talking
there.
I'm
close to your
not
mic.
saying anything.
Well, thank you
Seamus.
for your call.
Yes.
Provided a lot of
Thank
good
you.
discussion.
As per James's request, the next one was the Screamer. So
You already did enough screaming.
Oh,
for-
here's
no.
another one.
Oh no.
Cry.
Keep going.
That just doesn't end.
It doesn't end. That's
All right, do we want to do like one or two more?
Let's do one more. We've
One
been
more.
Going quite over time.
We've been going for a while.
We will
So let's
do
get one more
quite
caller.
over time.
Well, we had a
Who's it
little
gonna
bit.
We
be?
had that
Yeah,
hiccup
that's
there
true. So
where it
we're
was like a
probably
good
about
10
right at
minutes
our
or so.
full
Now
Who's
we're
it
at
gonna
7:15,
be?
so-
All right, let me run that and then bring in the next person. This person's ready to go.
Hello.
Who is that person?
We got this person at the very bottom of the list.
You didn't
I'm
mute
gonna mute him
Yeah.
now. Don't talk yet. Don't talk yet. Don't talk. Don't talk yet. Okay, go.
Dr. Zed from Borderlands, welcome.
Lord Zed from Power Rangers, welcome.
Zed trashing
for
from my
bringing me.
18 Wheels of Steel.
Zed the Z from the way that people pronounce it overseas.
Zed time from Killing Floor.
Dead.
Yes.
You're a man of many
All of
names.
those.
Yes, I am.
Yes,
He
I am.
agrees.
He embraces it.
Where are you calling from? And welcome to Creature Talk. And where are you calling from?
I am calling Virginia.
Virginia.
Country road.
God damn it.
Oh, play me that mountain music.
This is far from the country. If I walk outside, I could be shot. It's a very dangerous place.
Okay.
So he lives in
This is not a game.
Detroit, Virginia.
I was thinking West Virginia and just.
I went to a dark place.
I
We
went to a dark
apologize for.
But you think this is a game?
Think this is a game?
Okay, so do you have a question for us?
Yes. Yeah, actually I do. I'm curious, how much do you gross with all your YouTube money?
Ah, we're not going to answer that.
Personal.
We can answer that.
Oh.
Technically, no, we can't answer that.
It's in the
It's even in the
contract where
contract. We
we
don't
can't.
talk about how much money we made.
But even if it wasn't in there in the contract,
Oh,
I wouldn't
okay.
say anyway.
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't talk about it.
inappropriate.
That's
Yeah.
inappropriate and personal.
We are making
Aw.
enough to live off of.
Okay.
Enough to live off
Okay,
of, yeah.
How about, can you hint? Okay.
No.
you-
No,
there's
that's your
enough to
hint.
live
We have
off
enough.
of
We
it.
have
Just
enough
gave
to
you
live off
Hit
of.
right there.
You could live off it.
Yeah. If I can live
Okay, how about
comfortably
this,
and pay my bills, I'm happy, and I'm able to do that. So
I'm sure there's many
Very
websites that can
good.
give
Don't
you
all
a
make the
pretty
same
non-accurate.
Yeah, there was a website that said I made anywhere between 200,000 and like 3 million a year. That was a pretty.
There you go.
good
That's your
one.
range.
There's the range. I make between 200,000 and 3 million a year. It's very accurate.
Beautiful.
50 million.
I need to start doing YouTube and
Yes,
Taking that
because
down
it's
one
that
day.
easy to
It's-
get into.
It's very easy.
it's very easy to
If
get
you
into.
start, you
just a
will.
second. I have a 3-year-old king me.
Oh, okay.
Hop on $5
Smack 'em.
million.
The second you make a
Okay.
channel, someone just
Nah,
drops
stop.
a sack of money off of your house, and they're like, "Here you go."
Yeah.
It's just startup money right here.
What
Startup
is it
money.
like? Is it like a check or is it like a big bag of?
No, it's just a big bag with a dollar
like, you know,
sign
that
on
big.
it.
Bag of grandos.
It's just rolled up $1,000.
Of course, it's
stacks.
it's flowing out the top as well because
It's
it's
just-
just so much.
It's like a geyser of money.
So it's like a money bag kind of thing.
YouTube has a fleet of big giant birds
I
similar
was about to say
storks.
cats. I was about to
They're
say
similar.
cats.
It's kind of like in Harry Potter with like the owls, how they deliver stuff. There's just big burly birds that just
Cats.
drop off these big sacks of money for startups
It's like
for YouTube channels.
So is it like except instead of like just a store
It's a
that
York.
has YouTube, it's really big
Oh.
on the side.
It's a Yatork YouTube.
what was? I don't know what he
store.
said. I couldn't hear it.
Yeah, I couldn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
Say it again.
So is these so-called store? Does it have a big old YouTube on the side, like a banner on?
It's got like a
flying
spray
from the
painted
bag?
They
logo.
spray. Yeah, they use the little like stencil thing and they just spray paint each one. They're like, okay, next bird.
One side says YouTube, the other side says
They
subscribe.
just kill the bird when it's done with that sack of money. They just keep making new birds.
They recycle the bird.
You make a dinner out of
They're
it.
phoenixes.
Yeah,
They set them on
Wait.
fire and they.
Do they steal the baby storks and just spray paint YouTube on it?
Pretty much.
Possibly.
YouTube does some shady stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
They need to get more storks without.
There's
changing
a
the
dark
boomerangs.
underbelly in the YouTube game. Yes, they steal baby storks.
Excellent. Do you have another question?
Nope, that's it. Well,
That was it.
it
He's
was
got a
fun.
3-year-old. I can hear the 3-year-old.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
3-year-old
like
people.
right
People with
now.
3-year-olds only have one question. I forgot about that one.